Time now for Showbiz. And on Thursday, the Fowler Museum at the University of California repatriated 7 royal artifacts of the Asante Kingdom. The museum initiated the move to commemorate 150 years since 4 of the items were looted by the British. Now, this action aligns with the Otumfuo Osei to the second Silver Jubilee anniversary on the Asante throne. Now, the repatriation done without conditions follows similar actions by the British Museum and the Victoria and Albert Museum in London, which agreed to loan the stolen gold and silver treasures in their collections back to the Asante Kingdom in a 6-year deal. Upon taking delivery of the items yesterday, Otumfuo Osei to the second said that this has brought back the spirit and soul of the Asante Kingdom. But beyond this, is there any commercial value? Culture journalist with myjoyonline.com, Kenneth Awachidako, has more on today's edition of Showbiz.
Imagine the very uncomfortable memory of having over 4,000 members of the military belonging to the Asante Kingdom losing their lives in a raid that they did not trigger, and then having the items now being brought back. These are two very distinct feelings that the people of the Ashanti region had to grapple with yesterday. So having the items returned for the first time since 1874 during the Sagranti War is basically very significant and kind of justifies the mixed feeling that was being felt at the Menchia Palace on Thursday. So for what it's worth, the Asante Hene Otumfuo Osei says it is a very important step in restoring the spirit and soul of the kingdom. Now, this is very fundamental because this kind of restoration could take various shapes, and it ranges from spiritual, it could be cultural, and it could be economic as well. So these implications basically are good depending on the steps that are taken going forward after securing these items. Now, on the cultural front alone, there is a potential of tourism which cannot be overlooked because it is a whole industry on its own that basically revolves around collection, restoration, and exhibition of items that hold very symbolic purposes. Now, with all this said, take into account the fact that the global museums market is expected to hit a staggering $17 billion by the year 2029. Now, this is a sharp rise from the 2022 figure, which was $7 billion. Now, this expansion is also expected to continue during the forecast period between 2024 and 2029, with a compound annual growth rate of 13.24%. So with all this being said, it is basically clear that beyond the restoring the soul and spirit of the kingdom, as Otumfuo Osei to the second has intimated, it will also go a long way to contribute to the...
Kenneth Awachidako with today's edition of Showbiz ended.